Hey everyone, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different since we are in the month of October. I wanted to do an oracle reading for the general collective using the Halloween Oracle deck. Now, I only use this deck during the month of October. I've done so for several years, and I have had a few of you ask me if I do oracle card readings. And I don't do them as often or as much as I do tarot card readings, but you know what? Maybe it's time to change that because I was feeling called to do an oracle reading for you all today. So if you are watching this reading and you feel drawn to it or curious in some way, then this reading is definitely for you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, if this is your first time catching one of my readings or one of my videos, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe. I also have channel memberships and also a free newsletter. So you want to make sure that you sign up for that as well. All right, all the links are in the description. So let's go ahead and get right into your reading. Again, this is a general reading for the collective, for whoever happens to see it at this time. So the first card we got is Scrying. This is the card of intuition. So you really need to focus on trusting your inner self. Also, I do feel like a lot of you are developing your intuitive skills and you are starting to trust your own self more. A lot of you are being called in a different direction. You are being kind of led. And I believe that this is a growth journey for many of you. You're being led in a different direction. You're being called to something higher. And it may feel a little scary, it may feel a little uncomfortable, but the thing is you know that this is, something you need to do. Now, this could be anything. It could be work, it could be a relationship. It could also be maybe just making a different choice as it relates to your day-to-day life. So just remember to trust your intuition and understand that you are being led in the direction that you need to go right now. Now, the next card we got is the Lamp, and this card says Remembrance. Now, when we think about remembrance, a lot of times we think that that is something that has to do with our past. And even though that is technically true, it's also about really remembering who you are at the core of your being. Now, all of us are having a human experience here, but sometimes there is something deeper than just what our physical reality is showing us or what we are physically experiencing in any given situation. So we have to remember, what is our true purpose? What is it that we are here to do? How are we here to serve others? And what are our special, unique gifts in order to do that? Now, everybody is blessed with something that they can do, either in a very unique way, in a powerful way, or in a way that nobody else can do it. And I do feel like this ties into what we talked about intuitively, being called and stepping into your bigger purpose, your grand idea, really feeling true. And like I said, remembering who you are at the core of your being. Now, this is interesting too. The very last card we got is the Death card, and this says the eternal cycle begins here. Now, we talked about intuition. We also talked about remembering who you are at the core of your being. Now, the Death card also represents transformation when we are doing a tarot reading. But in this case, the Death card means a new cycle, a new beginning. Maybe a transformation in, I want to say, the life that you're experiencing, but it's time for you to have a different or a new experience. And sometimes that can be scary, sometimes that can be overwhelming, and sometimes that can be very, very confusing. But when you understand that the pattern of life, or sometimes the messages behind spirituality, Everything does go in cycles, and we experience that every day as we have the cycle of, day into night. We also have the cycles of the seasons, and we also have the cycles as it relates to money and business. We have fiscal years, we have quarterly, and all those types of things. So understand that there is a progression in what it is that you're trying to do and who you are becoming. Just like we have the cycle of life where we start out as infants and then we move into adolescence and then we go into the cycle or the phase of adulthood. And sometimes those transitions and those changes are very challenging. But it doesn't mean that something is necessarily wrong. It just means that it's time to literally move into this new phase of life, this new phase of being. Now, sometimes that will be, I want to say, scary. But when we understand the potential of change and what it can do for us and how we can be comfortable with change, I think a lot of opportunities open up for growth. And I don't only mean spiritually or emotionally or even physically, but growth in our awareness, growth in how we show up, growth in who we are as people, and really feeling that transformation happening from within. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these again. We've got the scrying card, which is intuition. We've also got the lamp, which is remembering who we are at the core of our being or of our essence. And then we have the death card. The eternal cycle begins here. This is consistent change. And this is also trusting the process of change because we know everything ultimately does. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this oracle card reading. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if this is something that you enjoy, I can do these more frequently. And remember, this is for the general collective. If you happen to see this video, then this message is definitely for you. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon.